Talk to the players. They realize that their base positions were wrong 3 minutes in, and that's why they're regaming. So this is still game 2. Welcome to really game 2 of the series. This is going to be, of course, Farriner versus Lewted host. Ferwiner with the 486 VP victory in game 1. And now Lewted is gonna have to try and recover the series from here. They have the right base positions this time. Lewted has immediately chosen Soviet Reserve Army, apparently. And Ferwiner playing as Overcommando West still with the same loadout. So, and going with a pretty similar strategy, sending Stern Pioneers right and Volksgrenadiers left. And now that he's in the bottom base, he's actually going to be able to take control of this fuel point by capturing only 2 sectors. So, green cover position going up here. Combat Engineers working here. Conscripts also taking control of the point there. So drastically different opening dynamic because of the north-south difference on this map. Actually, I'm pretty sure this is still wrong. Isn't this position 1? Aren't allies supposed to be in the bottom? I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure it was actually wrong in game 1, and in game 2 they had it right. Although I prefer that if they do get it wrong in game 1, that they at least are consistent throughout the series. That's what's most important. So whatever. Combat Engineers will lose an engagement against Volksgrenadiers left. Don't get that munitions captured. Conscripts continue their advance right, throwing sandbags up everywhere. Stern Pioneers get the fuel point captured before the arrival of the conscripts. And with 3 Volksgrenadier opening, Farriner hovering in this area with his truck. Looks like he's going to go tier 3. He doesn't have a truck driving way over here for aggressive battle group placement or anything like that. Stern Pioneers encounter this squad of conscripts, which will try and pull back to the safety of a green cover position here. I think. They get a lucky snipe right there. Stern Pioneers don't like that. Gonna try and pull back away from that engagement after losing 1 model. Meanwhile, Volksgrenadiers taking control of everything left, and Lewted has not even taken control of 1 fuel point. His Overcommando West teammate having control of both fuels this early is a pretty bad sign. Conscripts move in to try and rectify the situation, getting into close range on those Volksgrenadiers. Should probably switch targets to the Stern Pios, though. More conscripts moving up from the left flank as well. That squad is forced to retreat due to a failure to focus fire the Stern Pios, but engagement is won regardless, and conscripts are finally taking control of territory over here. 4th squad of conscripts fielded by Lewted, and as he hits 1 CP, he will start fielding irregulars as well. I think he'll win this engagement unless Volksgrenadiers make it in range to support. More green cover being constructed right, and conscripts are on their way to take control of the building, I think. And there's tier 3, so he is going to try and get to a flak half track, which may be tough to pull off against the sheer quantity of forces that Lewted is likely to be fielding. Some irregulars can utilize AT grenades, so once he researches that, he'll have quite a large quantity of them. Looks like the Volksgrenadiers won that. Conscripts have to retreat. Flamethrower fielded by Lewted, forcing Volksgrenadiers to retreat from that engagement. Lewted has forces available on the right side, but he did not field them into that engagement, so Volksgrenadiers, at least briefly, will get control of this house.
Yes, brother?
Replacements have arrived!
More units from Lewted heading left. He's starting to float a little tiny bit. I only say that because irregulars are so inexpensive. Gonna spend that on reinforcement instead. Stern Pioneers catch that conscript squad at close range and force to retreat. Very close to a wipe. The irregular squad is firing on the Volksgrenadiers during this. Probably wouldn't be able to do much against those Stern Pios anyway. And they are being killed very quickly. There's a retreat. And Lewted will fail completely in his engagement for the right side, but he does have forces making their way left that should succeed. There's not really anything left defending over here except for one Volksgrenadier squad, and I suspect that Farriner will be sending his flak half-track left to try and deal with this. No AT grenades for Lewted yet. Getting healing and Molotovs first. If he purchases all 5 base upgrades, that will be 500 manpower invested into upgrades, which is a little early to be spending that much.
Your predecessor died a hero.
But he does have a pretty
Partisans are
effective core. So his opponent went with 4 Volksgrenadier Corps, trying to get slightly more meaty infantry force onto the field for more harassment, more mobility.
The sector is at risk.
Flamethrower will be immediately forced to retreat here. Dangerously close to getting wiped. Black half-track is going to assist these Volksgrenadiers in an effort to take control of Lewted's cutoff.
Half-track is in action, standing by for setting of command post.
Maintains your position.
And Lewted has lost faction selection.
Maintain your discipline no matter what happens.
He had to win this game with 486 VPs.
Contact! Enemy infantry!
He was not successful in doing so.
Mission accomplished. Grenadiers under
This is
attack!
it.
Stern Pioneers working on the right side victory point. These 2 squads moving up to engage against Volksgrenadiers. Black half-track is set up for this engagement. Will immediately force these units back into the base. Lewted will continue to struggle in these engagements. This squad of conscripts is already quite wounded. Looks like that one will probably be forced to retreat soon. If it has to retreat through a flak half-track, that would be bad. Both of these infantry squads pushed back into the base. That squad of infantry also pushed back into the base, and the flak half-track has range on the one remaining squad of conscripts. So everything Lewted has fielded to the left side will be forced to retreat after taking massive manpower bleed or possibly even getting wiped. In the case of this squad, there they go. Conscripts go down.
Luftwaffe reports Fallschirmjäger ready for deployment.
Ferwiner has gone Luftwaffe ground forces, has access to Fallschirmjäger already with 3 CPs. He's wiped 1 full squad of conscripts and has pretty good map control. Has both VPs on the right plus the fuel point and munitions. And Lewted's cutoff, putting him in an excellent position for map control and manpower. Another squad risks getting wiped with Fallschirmjäger and Sturmpyos in the retreat path. There they go. Lewted reduced to only 4 squads remaining, and because of his investment of 500 manpower into base upgrades and then another 100-something, 160 into the tier 2 structure, he has barely anything left. Just walked those irregulars right into Fallschirmjäger and green cover, and they all will drop their LMG. These conscripts are not going to do any better. This might be the game. Lewted is losing way too much. Horrible engagement right there.
Supply lines have been cut. The enemy is encroaching on our territory. We have our PPSHs. Time to shoot some Germans. Ready to execute. Crew, stand ready.
Your orders, comrade. Achtung, prepare for action.
All territory on the right side falling into Farriner's control. Left side cutoff still in his control. Lewted is fielding a field gun. Honestly, it probably doesn't matter what he does at this point. Unless Farriner makes some sort of horrible error, I don't think he can possibly lose. Since in 9 minutes, Lewted has lost everything.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture
Half
our
of the units that he has fielded, plus massive amounts of manpower expended into upgrades.
Any structure or vehicle can now be repaired.
And his commander certainly can't save him. He doesn't have guards or 234-85s. Not paying attention to a Volksgrenadier squad in the building. Flamethrower is actually able to wipe it. Oh, and the AT gun is set up on the flak half-track there in the road, which does get to safety, fortunately. but PPSH conscripts will win the engagement against those Fallschirmjäger, force them to retreat. I thought we might be witnessing the beginning of a comeback there, and I actually am surprised to see a Puma. It's kind of a interesting choice. Field gun will help push both of those light vehicles back for now. Fallschirmjäger retreating off the front line are going to need to get reinforced. No healing available to Farriner right now. Usually people go battle phase, or Tier 2 battle group headquarters after they've got a flak half-track on the field and start working their way toward Jagdpanzer, but apparently Ferwiner is just going to go with a Puma, and he'll have to heal himself using medical supplies or not at all. So Lewted will start getting a little bit of territory back over here on the right side. Field an extra squad of conscripts. All Volksgrenadiers finish taking territory on the left, throwing up some sandbags over here as well. Wow. Big snipe from the Puma right there. Reduces that squad to half. They were very clumped. AT gun is trying to get in range to support. Fresh squad of Fallschirmjäger fielded out of the building to clear up this team weapon. He has enough of a manpower advantage that he's probably going to be fine, despite his investment of that much manpower into Fallschirmjäger. Field gun going down fast. Doesn't look like it's going to be able to get away. There it goes.
One of our AT guns has been neutralized.
Out of range of the base guns. Flamethrower forced retreat left. These heavily wounded squads going in on the falls. I'm not sure they're going to win that engagement, though. They've already taken so much damage and have to retreat pretty early. Farriner doesn't like the engagement regardless and will retreat himself. These two squads are going to pull back into the base for healing.
A sector has been cut off.
Farriner will maintain full control of the game. Needs to get his Puma repaired, but other than that, he's got the entire left, most of the right. Doesn't have a triple cap going against Lewted yet, but there's no really urgent hurry to seal the game against this commander, which hasn't got much of a late game at all. And even the early game is not that great.
You have orders?
Fresh irregulars working on the left side. The rest of Lewted's forces either trying right or healing. Black half-track is set up behind this building, which is kind of a dangerous place for it to be. The AT gun has been recovered, fortunately. The squad is pinned by that burst. No losses, fortunately.
Field gun standing by. Mines all set.
And Tier 4 is going up on the right side to protect the fuel point.
We are bleeding, comrade! Fire incoming!
Both squads of Fallschirmjäger move to engage right, and they are wounded. They haven't healed yet.
Losing territory.
Still no battle group headquarters and still no medical supply boxes. Conscripts lose the engagement left after forcing one retreat. And Sturm Pioneers are going to make an attempt for the VP, but conscripts over here will shut that down, so we will at least maintain control of one victory point for now. And another squad of irregulars wiped. At least they didn't drop their gun this time. Whatever that's worth.
Squad replenished.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
Taking fire. They've opened up on us. Enemy is engaging us.
The enemy has cut off a sector.
Black half-track forces no retreat at all. Squad gets wiped. Fallschirmjäger falling dangerously low over here, but somehow they're going to get away with no models lost.
We have the point.
The enemy has taken our supply sector.
The squad in better condition working on the strategic point. He continues to struggle to actually get this VP though. The Puma also, by the way, has not even moved in. I don't even know the last time that moved at all. So, conscripts retreat. These conscripts also retreat.
Okay, that's the last one. They see us.
Fallschirmjäger jump into the building right here. Doesn't look like they're bugging out too badly the way they sometimes do. They are actually firing, but they're still falling low to PPSH fire. He leaves the building, retreats immediately. Could have maybe thrown a frangible grenade right there, turn the engagement, but apparently not. Double field gun here from Lewted will be an effective counter against light vehicles if they actually expose themselves. But right now they're both just sitting idle over here on the left side and defending, while Farriner waits for the resources to field some sort of tier 4 unit, either Sturm Tiger or Panther, I assume. And Lewted is going to go tier 3, finally getting the resources together for that. At 17 minutes in, that's pretty late. That is a pretty late tier 3, and he's still, even after building it, can't get a tier T34. He can only get a T70. Black half-track pops smoke to get to safety away from the 18 guns.
We're being shot at. Reporting engineer losses.
They retreat on these Volksgrenadiers, they might get wiped. Managing in a simultaneous engagement right. Squad of conscripts will be forced to retreat over here, but both AT guns get caught dangerously out of position. Volksgrenadiers did not retreat, and they drop a Panzerschreck right by some conscripts, which they will recover, and the Puma has engine damage, which is potentially a dead Puma because of that. They're chasing in an odd fashion, though. I don't know why he wouldn't just walk up and kill this thing, but alright. His AT guns were not able to get to safety. Both cleared. One over here, which did get salvaged by those Volksgrenadiers. The other one in this road, although I think Lewted will be able to recover that one. And the Puma gets away just because Lewted was too lazy to chase it down.
Only 200 points remain.
So that's a shame.
The enemy is taking what we have
But
secured.
even if he had killed it, I don't think that would have made much of a difference. To be honest, I'm not even sure why this Puma was fielded. It doesn't have much of a role. With the Panther now on the field, it's not even necessary for protection against the theoretical T-70. Like half-track at Vet 2 will provide more than adequate protection against a lone conscript squad. These two squads. Not sure what they're even supposed to be doing. This demo charge, by the way, never detonated. We never seemed to find an opportunity set that off. MG34 has been fielded by Ferwiner now, making its way up the left side.
Conscripts here. Your predecessor died a hero. Engineer standing by. We have it.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
Conscripts are going to try and stop the clock. 164 points left for Lewted, as he struggles to maintain his grasp on this game. Farriner oddly idle, but he is sending 3 squads left to try and shut down this harassment attempt. He's got a Panther out and his Puma, which has been fully repaired. He can definitely afford to start getting aggressive, trying to finish out the game, especially on the victory points. T-34 will definitely be destroyed if it advances too aggressively into that Panther. But if it can find an opportunity to get 2 shots off on that flak half-track, it may be able to destroy it. Does locate the flag half-track, which is in danger. It will pop smoke to try and get itself to safety, and the T-34 switches targets to the Panther, which I think he might be trying to bait over this mine. He's only 1 AT gun in his possession, which is over here. Killing that Panther will be extremely difficult, and this squad of conscripts will probably get wiped if it doesn't retreat immediately. It's about to have Fallschirmjäger and Sturm Pioneers in the retreat path. Vet 1 Fallschirmjäger in your retreat path, or even worse, because they have the frangible domain, which can slow you down and damage you as you're retreating. Fortunately, did not toss it right there. The squad looks like it's going to get away. And it would be a shame to lose that stolen Panzerschreck, because if it is possible for Lewted to make a comeback, he's probably going to need to use that Panzerschreck to do so. So the clock is ticking against him again. Ferwiner is still not making much of an effort to take back control of the right side victory point.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
They retreat on these Fallschirmjäger, and they get wiped. Wasn't monitoring that engagement. PSHs win with just a sliver of health remaining, and they're going to retreat back to safety. Some mines being planted over here on the right side, victory point. T-34 pulls back away from the Panzerschreck, Puma, and Panther. But everything on the left side will be captured here by Ferwiner, keeping Lewted's resource income extremely low. So far for wipes, 2 irregulars, 4 conscripts. Field gun has been cleared. Field guns have been cleared 3 times. 1 successful recovery.
The new men have arrived.
Ferwiner has lost 2 full squads of Volksgrenadiers and a full squad of Fallschirmjäger. So clearly Lewted is in the lead, and Ferwiner is now going to field a Stuka, getting himself all 3 tier 3 units this game. Obersoldaten have been fielded. No upgrades on that squad yet.
Half-track is now available for operation.
Here comes the Stuka. Still no triple cap against Lewted. It looks like he will make an attempt at setting one up now. Fallschirmjäger might trigger that mine though.
The enemy has taken our supply sector.
3 out of 4 killed by it. They're going to retreat immediately, but Volksgrenadiers are going to move up in their place to try and get that triple cap going. MG34 set up over here on the left side, trying to keep conscripts back. Panther and Flak half-track are on their way to assist, and he should be able to win this engagement. Although his machine gun gets wiped because of some weird Flak half-track micro right here. T-34 moves up to push the flak half-track away, but it was able to pin down that squad of conscripts before repositioning, so they have no choice but to retreat away from these overs. And the Panther will keep the T-34 from overextending. More irregulars fielded on the right side accomplish nothing. Volksgrenadiers and Stern Pios managed to get the point captured and get a triple cap going against Lewted once again, who has only 100 points remaining and shows no signs of being able to turn the game back around in his favor, and he doesn't even really have a way to kill that Panther other than hoping it sits still in front of his AT guns. Stuka has not even fired yet. I think he's waiting for those AT guns to expose themselves. Just gonna fire in this general area, which will not really hit anything. No damage inflicted.
We have lured the enemy to 75 points.
Conscripts trying to grab the fuel on the left side, but 65 points remaining.
Push your attack. They are down to 50 points.
Field guns moving up left to try and push away the Panther. They both turn to fire on the Puma, which just exposed itself. They lose vision. Infantry moving right to do what it can. Irregulars retreat immediately, dropping 2 models just on the approach. Conscripts move into close range against the squad. Minesweeper is still equipped by the Stern Pios in the building, so they actually will do slightly reduced damage. Might be forced away here. The flak half-track is fully repaired and moving to try and hold the line. Just long enough to finish out the game, which they should be able to do easily enough. Farriner is going to take the series 2-0 with over 480 victory points in both games. Lewted showing no sign of turning the game back around in his favor.
Supply lines have been cut.
And there you have it. Ferwiner will be our very first king. All hail King Ferwiner.